I feel like I might as well just like recycle this rant every year. Like I think I say this. This is probably what? So would this be the second or third set of Madden ratings we've seen as a show?
The third.
Yeah. Okay. So then this is the third time I've had this exact same discussion. Every year around this time, Madden begins to start releasing everyone's rankings, right? They usually go with one 99 club member and then a couple position groups. Then another 99 club member, a couple position groups, right? They usually save like quarterbacks and like, the marquee names like Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady. They usually save those for last,
right up until the season starts.
Right, the quarterbacks and like the really, really high-end names, right? I think they released the running backs, the edge rushers right by now. And so far, the 99 Club has been partially released. I think Devontae Adams got it, and our boy Myles Garrett got it. So he's a 99 overall. I tend to disagree with that in itself, but whatever. So theoretically, let's just say Myles Garrett's a 99. I mean, he is big, he's strong, he's fast, he turns the corner, he defends the run pretty well. I'm not saying he's a bad player. That's not the argument at all. I think he's a top 3 edge rusher in the league, absolutely. But if Myles Garrett's a 99, TJ Watt is probably a 110? I mean, you can't go above a 99, but
105, 110.
He better at bare minimum be the same as Myles Garrett, which would land him again in the 99 club. Being a 99 overall, the highest rating you can get as a player in Madden. Well, TJ Watt's a 96. And the first thing that popped in my head is, wow, what a time for another installment of the blind resume game. Where I will give you 2 stat lines. We'll go careers. They both came into the league 2017. Garrett was the number 1 overall pick. Later in the first round, Steelers ended up taking TJ Watt. We'll go careers. Player number 1, 58.5 sacks, 59 tackles for loss, 116 quarterback hits, 11 forced fumbles, 7 fumble recoveries, and 9 passes, deflected. Player number 2. 72 sacks, 80 tackles for loss, 150 quarterback hits, 22 forced fumbles, 7 fumble recoveries, and 32 passes defensed. In case you haven't caught on to the point of the blind resume game, the number 2 is TJ Watt. Right? In case you haven't caught on to the point of what this game is, it's TJ Watt. So I can hear the people chiming in, right? I can hear them commenting. Dang, there's a comment. Dang, there's another comment. It's just for this past year, stupid. Okay, stupid. I don't know. How about the fact that TJ Watt was Defensive Player of the Year? Let's look at the stats from just this past year. Well, TJ Watt had 22.5 sacks, tied the NFL record. Okay, 21 tackles for loss, right? 39 quarterback hits, 5 forced fumbles, 5 fumble recoveries, 7 passes defensed. Let's look at our boy Myles, who's been really busy playing basketball lately. Looks like he's committed to the craft. Okay, how about 16 sacks? Well, that's only about, 6.5 worse. How about 17 tackles for loss? That's 4 less. 33 quarterback hits? That's 6 less. How about 1 forced fumble? That's 4 less. 1 fumble recovery? That's 2 less. And 3 passes defense? That's 4 less. Didn't beat him in a single category. That's funny, huh? Interesting. So somehow Garrett's ranked at 99 and TJ Watt is ranked at 96. There are 0 stat categories that Myles Garrett's been better in, whether it's career or whether it's just this past season, if people want to say it's based on this past season. 0 stat category. In fact, Myles Garrett has exactly 0 seasons he's been better than TJ Watt. None, not a single one. He only has 1 season where he has more sacks, and it's by a half a sack. He's got 13.5 in I think it's 2018 or 2019. And TJ Watt has 13 sacks, while Myles Garrett has 13.5. Right, so I will also go to say this, that he's only beat TJ Watt out of 5 years, right? So let's go. These 6 major stat categories. We got sacks, tackles for loss, quarterback hits, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, and passes defense. That's 6 stat categories, 5 years. That's a total of 30 categories, right, over the span of the years. In all 30 of those, Myles Garrett has only beat TJ Watt out in 3 of 30 categories. 5 years, 6 categories a year, that's 30 total. He's beat him in 3. 3. It's an utterly ridiculous discussion that it's not even fathomable anymore.
No.
I can't even have a conversation with somebody who actually wants to say that Myles Garrett's better. I want to talk to the developers. I want to talk to Cleveland fans. I want to talk to anybody who thinks that this is actually correct. I just don't get it. And I have a feeling it's going to be almost like a Brady Manning thing where it's like, for a while it's like like kind of a toss-up. And then by the end you're like, oh my God. Like Tom Brady is like so significantly better. Like there's not even an argument for Peyton Manning anymore.
No.
2 Super Bowls to what, like 7 for Brady?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Brady then goes to another team in the first year, wins it. Peyton, I think it took him 2 or 3. Actually got waxed in the Super Bowl his first year with the Broncos.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's going to be something like that. When in reality, it already is not even a contest. You can't tell me that through 5 years, 6 stat categories a year, that Myles Garrett has only beaten him out in 3 individual stat categories. 3 out of 30. Out of 30. And one of them was by a half sack. I think the other one was by like 1 tackle for loss, and the other one was by like 1 or 2 forced fumbles. That's it. That's it. The past 3 years, T.J. Watt's blown him out of the water. The past year, he's blown him out of the water. His entire career, it's not even close. He's got him by, 14 and a half or 13 and a half sacks. I'm looking right here. He's got him by, 21 tackles for loss, by about 40 quarterback hits. He doubles his forced fumbles. He almost doubles his fumble recoveries. He triples almost by 4 his passes defensed. Like there's not even an argument anymore. I won't stand for it. I really just won't. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
It doesn't make any sense, and it's so visibly apparent just by the on-the-field play.
Watch the game.
It's so apparent just by the on-the-field play that I almost can't believe that we're still having this discussion. We have seen T.J. Watt completely turn games around, single-handedly. We were there when he made 2 back-to-back sacks against Cleveland that basically shut down any rebuttal that they had for that game.
By the way, Myles Garrett was also in that game and made,
zero plays.
Impact. No impact.
With a statue of a quarterback, Big Ben.
No impact. It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, you know who I would say was probably the strongest force in the Steelers beating the Bills last year in Week 1? T.J. Watt. He recorded about, 5.5 sacks in Week 1
or when they
the
beat
Bills?
Seattle last year. No, I couldn't agree more. And I think this will end up being a hit eventually in maybe 10 years that it's so obvious. But without further ado,